Okay, I rarely do this, but it is Sunday when I'm recording this. And I literally just came into my office today to try to get control of some of this and to make room because I know that one of my omnis is coming this week. Yes, I said one because what I didn't know is that xTool is sending two. So when I told you like a week or two that they were sending me the DTG model, that is accurate. It's just not the end of the story. They are also sending me the dual. So the DTG, DTF, DT model basically will be coming tomorrow, which is why I need to get this under control so that I have room for it. The other one, the dual, will be coming in a week or so. Okay, so the good news is I'll be able to answer hopefully all of your questions. Now, first thing I did want to get to though is that I literally just used my utility knife here to open this box. And there's really some important things in there that I want to show you. So we're going to unpack this together. And while you're thinking like, Melissa, this is just the garment tray, it's not just the garment tray. It answers a lot of questions that a lot of you have been asking me. So we're going to open this. And honestly, I'm not going to say I told you so, but I freaking told you so. All of you guys who are like, but the videos just show them throwing the shirt on and printing. No, here is xTool's own directions for DTF and DT or for DTG, okay? And I'll give you a close-up of that. And it's all of the steps that I have been telling you that you need to pre-treat, that you need to heat and cure the pre-treat, that then you need to print, and then you need to cure. Okay, so it's all right here. First thing that you see. The other thing that's very, very important on here, and what is, like I said, going to answer tons of our questions that I keep getting is the pre-treat included? Like what else is included? Because if you look at the list of the items that are included with the printer, it does not include anything as far as like the pre-treat and all of that. But this paper actually says that the list of items in this box includes the garment tray, white ink pre-treat, color ink pre-treat, a spray bottle, and a quick guide. Now, I'm going to tell you, in my experience, a spray bottle is not the best way to put on pre-treat, but we're just going to go see what's happening in here. Okay, now lift this out. This is the top part of the tray. So this is the part that your shirt will sit on, and then you will put this frame on top, and it's like a magnet. I've gotten questions. Is that going to crease the shirt? No, it's fine. It will be totally fine. It keeps the shirt flat. Okay, so this is what the back of this looks like. I'm just going to pop these off. This is actually very light. Not that I'm not strong, but this is very light. Okay, so we'll put that to the side. And actually, yeah, we'll put that to the side. And then I'm going to take, so as xTool does, they pack everything so really well, efficiently. Okay, so here is the white pre-treat. Whoa, where'd it go? Okay, white ink pre-treat. Also, if you're looking at my arm, please don't like call anyone about this. This is where they put my IV for my colonoscopy more than a week ago. And this is actually looks good. So just, I don't know. Pre-treatment for dark garments before printing. That's what this is called. Shelf life, 12 months. Okay. So this says white ink pre-treat solution. Now, in my experience, I just use pre-treat when I'm using dark shirts. So we're going to have to see about this. Okay, color ink pre-treat solution. This is an interesting bottle. Let me just open it so you can see it. Okay, this is almost, I'm sure that I don't want to open it yet. Usage, see user guide. Pre-treat for light colored garments before printing, 12 months, or 1 month after dilution. So we're going to dilute some of this. Okay, then we have spray bottle. This is empty, nothing in here yet. Color ink pre-treat solution or white ink pre-treat solution. So there's two of these, and we are going to check off which one is in which, okay? But we're going to read the guide before we do that. But that's not what this video is about. This video is just about what the heck is in here. Okay, now there's this last piece. This piece is heavier. Still not real heavy though. Okay, now remember, this garment tray can only be used with the UV plus DT fabric model of the Omni O1. So if you're wondering, like, I ordered the single or I ordered the dual, can this be used? No. And it also, this is not considered an add-on. This comes as part of the UV DT fabric model. Okay, so this is the base. Now, this is the part that is going to snap into the Omni when I get it. And like I said, it's coming tomorrow. So let me see if I can kind of demo this for you while we have it here. So this is going to go in. It's going to attach in there. This is going to be the release. And then this piece is going to go over top. Now, why do you have to have all this space down here? Let me get a sweatshirt or a shirt so I can show you. Okay, this already has something printed on it, but we'll just ignore that. Okay, so what's going to happen is you're going to put this, see this part up here that has this like point to it? That is where your collar is going to go. Now, you're not just going to sit it on here like this. You are going to thread the shirt. Okay, this is going to be done after you've already pre-treated. Okay, now if we're doing a back, and I'll hold it up for you so you can see even better, the tag can align with the little line right there, so you know it's in the center. Whoa. Okay, so this is how we're going to do this. We're going to flatten our shirt. Again, disregard that I have something on here. We're going to tuck it all in. That's why you need this space here. Okay, so what happens is, just like with the UV, there's going to be a measurement or it's essentially like a height detector. Okay, because if you put on a t-shirt versus if you put on a sweatshirt, it needs to know what height the print head has to be at. So that's why it's important to have this very, very flat, because if you have any wrinkles, that is going to change the height because it measures the highest point. So where's my frame? So we're going to then put the frame on, and now it's going to be really flat. Now, let's say you are doing a sweatshirt that has like a pocket, you know, like the hand pocket here. That part would be down here because, of course, the collar is always up here by this point. That part down here, because it has like that thick pocket there, is going to be bumped up a little bit. That's going to be the highest point. So just be aware of that. But this is why you have all of this down here. And there's plenty of room here so that if you have a big bulky item, that's what you do. Now, what happens if you have something like a bag? Very good question. People keep asking me. This is one of the reasons that a lot of DTG printers have other types of sleeves, because you might need something that's a slightly different size, usually actually smaller. Or let's say you're trying to do, this bag is actually inside out. Let me turn it back. Again, it already has print on it, but I'm using it as an example. This is a trade show special. I have been to so many trade shows. Okay, so I interrupted myself. If you, let's say you're going to put something on there like a baby onesie, okay? That is a small item, and I actually probably have one. So what's going to happen is it's not going to fill this whole thing, and then you can't make it completely flat. So that's why a lot of different manufacturers make different size, this isn't going to work, make different size platens. In this case, we have one size. Now here's the thing, you saw I can't, because it goes to here, which is the base. See how the base is like this? Let me show you when I try to thread this. I gotta put it down. Okay, so I can't push it any further forward, okay? This is hitting down here. Okay, so this is as far as it can go. Now watch what happens when I try to put this on. I can't, okay, because I can't scoot that up high enough. What do? That is why this prints DTF also. So that is the beauty of having the Omni. If you have an item that you cannot print directly on, you cannot do DTG on for whatever the reason may be, you can do DTF. Now, how does the DTF going to work? DTF works by you have just the platen, and then you're going to put your sheet, and I don't have one right here, but we're just going to pretend that this is DTF film. We put the DTF film directly on the platen, and then it prints directly on there. And then I take my printed transfer, and I put the powder on manually, and I cure the powder manually with my curing oven or whatever. And then I take that, and I take my bag or whatever the case may be, and I put that on directly onto my shirt with heat press. Now, you can also do DTF in order to avoid the whole pre-treat process. Okay, so if you don't want to deal with printing directly on your shirt, you're just like, you know what, I don't have time to deal with pre-treat. I don't want to worry about if it's even on the shirt or not and getting blotchy if it's not. Then that's the beauty of being able to do both DTF and DTG. Okay, so hopefully that answered a lot of your questions here on a Sunday. And I will also say, if you have other questions, please leave them in the comments below, because my printer will be coming and I'm going to get this all set up and I'm going to get back to answering more of your questions. But I want to know what questions you have. My number one question is, what is the size difference between the Omni and my E1? Because a lot of people are trying to figure out, wow, my office looks like a massive mess from this angle. A lot of people are trying to figure out, where are they going to put this thing? And as you can see, I have my E1 on a pretty small like tabletop up there. It's not even a tabletop. It's a craft desk essentially. I don't think my Omni is going to fit in a spot like that, but I'll be interested to see exactly how big it is as soon as it comes. I'm actually going to put them next to each other so that I have a direct comparison. We will do all kinds of speed tests. I will answer all of your questions, so make sure that you leave them in the description below. If you guys are looking for personalized same-day one-on-one help with your UV printer, DTF, DTG, anything you see on my channel, make sure that you check out Silhouette U. That's where I offer it all through. You can use the code YouTube to get 50% off when you join. All right, guys, see you soon.